Today I have something very big and very rad. The Hot Toys Barc speeder's in the house. Let's unbox it. You know, I may not do Hot Toys unboxings all the time, but if I'm gonna do it, you best sure it's gonna include a vehicle. And that's what I have in front of me right now. This is Hot Toys Barc speeder from the Clone Wars.
The very first appearance of the Barc speeder was in Star Wars Revenge of the Sith when Commander Neo carried out Order 66 to kill Master Stas Ali. Oddly enough, I couldn't find a single instance in which the films or the animated series featured the Barc speeder in this 501st blue colorway. The only instance that I could ever find that the 501st Barc speeder regiment was even utilized was in the Kidnap episode from Clone Wars Season 4. The Barc speeder there had a maroon red color to them, even though the ATRTs that were also utilized in this conflict had the 501st blue.
Hot Toys offered it in two different versions. You can get it without the sidecar, including Commander Apple, for $515, or you can get this version I have in front of me that comes with the sidecar and a heavy weapons clone trooper for $610. Now, both are waitlisted, but you can put your name down as the waitlist is still open on Sideshow's site. I'll leave a link in the description below for you guys to get to it. Now, before we break this bad boy out, I'm the Medina Lorian, and here on the Hyperdrive, we talk about Star Wars news, collecting, and video games. You can find everything from the latest Star Wars reaction or review, and also the latest collectibles that are out on the market today. So if you like all that kind of content, make sure you like, subscribe, turn on notifications so that you can jump to Lightspeed every week with us right here on the Hyperdrive. All right, and now as Rafika would say,
it is time.
Oh, all right, nice. This is really, really epic. This is the cover art that goes over the figure and bike. Pretty awesome. You got the ATRT over here. I got that on order also. And then you also have the other Barc speeder you can see in the back. And then the one that I have right here in the front. Very, very cool. All right, there's your clone trooper. Nice. And there is your display stand and the Barc speeder. Oh my God, the thing is huge. Man, this is dope. Comes with a display stand. Looks like the sidecar may be separate, which I'm hoping for because I kind of wanted to display it without it actually, even though I bought it that way. But let's get it all assembled. Yo, this is so cool to hold in your hands. Dude. All right, so it's all assembled and it is freaking badass. This thing is awesome. The paint, the weathering, everything about it is really, really cool. I just have it displayed like this right now just so that I can talk about the different pieces that come with it. I'm not gonna be displaying it with the sidecar attached to it. I will put it together so you guys can check it out so you can see what it looks like with it, but it's not something I'm gonna do. The only reason why I bought it that way was because I wanted to have the option down the road that if I decided to want to display it like that, that I could. So that was my thought behind it. You're gonna need a lot of space for this guy. The speeder bike itself is 27 inches long. So it's very, very long. So you're gonna need lots of space to have this in your collection room if you wanna put it that way. The other thing too is that it's comprised of plastic, and without the character on, I haven't put the character on it yet, it doesn't really balance that well. It kind of wobbles a little bit with the pole straight up, so I had to kind of bend it back a little bit so that some of this back weight would balance a little bit better. When you put the sidecar on it, there's actually another piece that you have to attach to it so that it balances even better. So we'll see how that looks as we go assembling it. But as it sits, that's how it is. It's definitely something that will hold up as long as you take and put the pole right, you know? The figure itself is really cool. Nice addition to the Clone Trooper collection, to the 501st. So this is a heavy trooper. You get a pouch, a little satchel along the side there, and it comes with some grenades or some kind of charges that come with it. So that's really neat. There's not much to putting that on either. You don't got to take the head off or anything. It just kind of wraps around like this. The paint color on the Clone Trooper is just like pretty much like any of the other Clone Troopers that I've received from Hot Toys. It's very nice, has lots of articulation, which is cool. This side pauldron right here that he has is a soft plastic, so it's not very hard and allow for the arm movement very easily, so that's cool. And this front section right here is kind of like a pleather material. So if you're wondering, it's very soft and it moves around very easily. Got lots of articulation in the head, so that's good. You know, double joints in the arms, double joints at the knees. So lots of movement right here so that you could display him on the motorcycle, or on the Barc speeder motorcycle. Comes with some swap out hands also. You're gonna get the trigger hand so that you can have your blaster rifle or your blaster pistol. And then you're also gonna get a couple of hands that look like he's grabbing onto the handles of the bike. So you have that. So that's neat. And then you also get the blaster rifle. And this blaster rifle looks a little bit different than the other one that I have from the clone. I think the one that's the Ahsoka Clone Trooper, the 501st Deluxe. It's not as black. It's a little more bronze than that one. So that's kind of neat. Lots of weathering on that too. And then you also get a pistol to go along with it. So most of your standard stuff that you get with the clone. And then you also get the sidecar with this particular version of it. And the sidecar is huge also. So it just adds to the width of the whole thing. It can be mounted either along the side like this, on this side here, something around there like that, or you could take and mount it so that it is in reverse going this way, which increases the size. I don't know why you would want to display it like this, but it increases the size of the whole structure, and you put it like that. So definitely not something that I'm going to be doing. All right, give me a second to get the figure mounted on here and we'll take a look how it all sits and I'll give you my final thoughts on it. So with everything that comes with this Barc speeder, it is really difficult to not give it a 10 out of 10. This thing is bad freaking ass. I love the paint job on it. I like the design of it. I like the weathering that they put on it. It is incredibly well done. I like that it comes with an exclusive figure. The few things that I would like to see different with this release is number one, I wish they would have released these figures separate from the vehicle. It's nice that it comes with it, but I kind of wish they would have also offered it separately because I would have liked to purchase another heavy trooper and I would have liked to purchase Apple, you know, without having to buy another speeder bike. So that would have been a very cool option. They've done it with every other vehicle or creature release, so I don't know why they chose to just keep these figures attached to the vehicles. That was kind of a bummer. The other thing is that this bike is very, very forward heavy. So it's going to be difficult to put this thing in kind of a dynamic pose like I was able to do with the Return of the Jedi speeder bike. This one here tilts a little bit forward, so I got to kind of crank it back so that I'm capable of keeping it at least level. So I don't see myself being able to put this in a dynamic pose. The other thing that would have been cool is I would have liked that they offered a separate rod that goes beneath the speeder bike so that you could lower the speeder bike enough so it would look like he's maybe stepping into the bike and having that kind of a pose. As it sits right now, the bike is kind of high, so it doesn't really look realistic like he would be able to jump into the bike. He would have to like pretty much climb up on top of it. So that's my only thoughts on it though. Otherwise, I think it's fantastic. Let me know what you guys think about this one in the comments below, and until next time, may the force be with you.